What's up, YouTube? Back at it again in the South Dakota Black Hills. A friend of mine hooked it up with a little plastic assorted panfish pack. So we're gonna put this to the test. Titan Lures makes these plastics. We're gonna hook them up and see if we can't catch some panfish. The first bait I tried was this neon green with the two little arms. I removed the paddle tail from the original to make it fit my hook better. So I'm fishing in 12 feet of water. I'm marking fish on the very bottom and about halfway up. I know there's some weeds down here on the bottom. Little dinks. Just like that, we were underway. The Titan lure held up well against these first few fish, a couple small bluegills. Plastic held up good. The arms did not tear. The lure stayed on the hook where I set it, and it seemed to be pretty attractive to the fish. Hey, bass. That's the first largemouth I've ever caught here, thanks to Titan Lures. After that bass, I managed to catch one nice bluegill out of this first hole. The school seemed to move on, so I went and drilled a couple more holes. I switched over to the mousy lure, small little yellow lure, and the fish were quick to bite. This was definitely the top producing lure of the day. Seemed to mimic a real mousy grub pretty well. There we go. I ended up picking 5 fish out of this hole pretty quickly, all on that yellow mousy bait. That thing seemed to be doing great work. It had good action with the tail, and like the first lure, it held up good against the different bites and any wear and tear. The next bait I tried was this purple one with the tail. I had high hopes for it. Looks like the tail had pretty good action right in the water. And I dropped my line down, and it wasn't even 30 seconds before we hooked up. Oh yeah. 29 seconds. As you can see, after that first bite, the tail held up well. I have this purple plastic on my small tungsten jig head in the Wonder Bread color. Oh yeah. Now this purple bait was equally effective as the mousy bait before it, the yellow one. I was pretty pleased with how this one worked. It held up well, the tail never ripped. I caught another 5 or 6 fish, including this nice 9-inch bluegill. All right, switching it up again. This time, this almost looks like a blood tick. It's got little legs. Pretty quickly, the blood tick started working. I managed to catch 4 or 5 more fish on this single bait. Like those before it, it held up well to the test. After the blood tick, we switched over to this blue bait. Didn't take long, and we hooked into a couple more bluegills. My fish finder was going off at this spot. A lot of fish swimming around anywhere from 4 feet below the ice all the way to the bottom at 11 feet. And I was catching fish between 8 and 4 feet. Final lure of the day is going to be this pink one. I clipped the tail to fit my jig a little better, but we quickly caught a few more fish. Overall, I think these Titan lures are pretty effective. They hold up well. I caught over 20 fish on the day. I brought home my limit of 15 bluegills, and I'm excited to keep trying them. Well, as you can see, the shores are getting pretty sloppy. It was fine when I got on the ice at 7:45, but at 9:45, it's pretty open. I had to crawl onto the cattails to get back on shore. So this might be my last trip of the year. Thanks for watching.